Hey, so PlayStation did a thing, and some lout on the internet promised us that people's balls were going to be launched into orbit. I am, however, sorry to report that my balls, regrettably, remain ever so attached to my frame, and are probably going to continue to do so and collect dust for the foreseeable future. Let's talk about some video games, yeah? Fair Games! $sign is the latest to come from Jade Raymond's newest studio, Haven. Aside from the rather vaguely political hipster aesthetic, there really isn't much more to report on. It's apparently a game where you go to a place to steal goods from eccentric billionaires who are far too busy giving Florida man Ron DeSantis a virtual space to announce his love for plus-sized women.
The thing about my cock that you need to understand is this. My cock doesn't just rock up for any old skinny ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta be a big scoop of guacamole to get my soldier at attention. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the bazoobas, the blubberinos, the fucking cahugas to put a dent in my shorts. I mean, I'm not fucking around with these stick figure low blood pressure having ass bitches. You feel me? I'm talking bring that bitch ass in on a forklift and drop it on this dick with a tub of ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
As far as anyone knows, it's a sort of PvE-VP situation where an unspecified number of teams go up against each other to take as much loot out of a single location, with the winning team being awarded mad clout and hella RTs, you know what I mean? You know, at first I was super confused looking at the trailer because I thought this was going to be a reintroduction to that game that is very suspiciously close to this one. You know, hyenas. Yeah, the game where you control a kooky cast of characters who are hellbent on retrieving long-forgotten Sega merchandise from a space station. Yeah, I also don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I have no idea what the fuck that is either.
Our way of life. But freedom doesn't come free.
No! Sweet liberty! No!
Women, right? You know, I actually really liked the first Helldivers. I thought it was a sufficiently suitable cooperative experience to be had with the boys, as it were, even as a simple top-down shooter. But it looks like this time around Arrowhead has given Helldivers the Risk of Rain treatment and brought it forth into the third dimension. With the promise of larger maps, crazier weapons, and new alien variants dispatched with great prejudice, Helldivers 2 is looking like a great time, and hey, it's even coming to PC, which is something that can be said for a lot of the games being shown here. More on that later. Hey, did you know if you looked up Dead in the Water in the dictionary, a big fat picture of Immortals of Avium would be staring right back at you? Man, I don't even know what to say about this one. The premise is interesting enough, with the protag trading traditional first-person weaponry with a high fantasy magic system, but pretty much nothing else stands out to me. I can't help but feel like EA made this game from the desecrated ruins of a failing sci-fi channel series. Everything from the overall aesthetic to the rather dull gameplay has done nothing but push me away. As a full-price title, I hope the team stuck with having to develop this schlock gets to live to see another day, but for right now I'm just gonna put this one on the old back burner, or wait till it hits some Games Pass-like service before I give this one the old college try. Oh fuck, Ghost Runner 2, huh? Yeah, I really should get around to finishing the first one. I really remember liking it a lot, but inevitably was distracted by other games coming out at the time, so yeah. The addition of a vehicle makes me think the general scope of this game has increased pretty significantly, which is cool. Not much else to say about this one, it's just more cyberpunk wall-running goodness. Can't really go wrong with that. Are you perhaps familiar with the term vaporware? Well, vaporware is a term that was coined to specifically describe software that has been announced but will never see a release or even a public cancellation. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I would like to present to you Exhibit A, Phantom Blade Zero. Look, it's not my fault every single Chinese-led developed game in the last decade hasn't seen the light of day. I'm just as upset as you are. All that being said, I can't help but feel some sense of ennui as I watch the trailer. Whether it be the overwhelming lack of color or the highly tuned canned animations that seem to point towards a far more dynamic battle system than what might actually be true, almost every frame of this feels like it's leading me from one bullshot to the next. And it's not like a lack of a release window is inspiring much confidence in me either. You know what? I'm gonna put this one right next to Lost Soul aside for games I hope to see before I bite the big one. Yeah, sword surfing is cool, but what about surfing through the sea of your emotions, little man? Hey, shh, it's okay. This is a safe space. A radical one. We make like Steezus and pull sick Christ airs to help us deal with the existential dread that is being alive. Sword of the Sea is the next title from Giant Squid, most known for making stuff like Journey, which is a relatively beautiful look into the human condition. Alright, so it might just be another one of those so indie it hurts titles, but Journey has a pretty special place in my heart, and if this game can reach the emotional depths that that game did, consider me pretty pumped. The Talos Principle 2! Huh. Have y'all ever seen something that seems really far above your pay grade? Because that's the feeling I'm getting when I'm watching this trailer. Look, I'm sure every shot is absolutely drenched in details for fans to swallow up and analyze for weeks on end, but my pea-sized brain keeps coming back to the same 4 words. Silly robo puzzle game. Rubik's Cube enthusiasts the world throughout, I'm sure, are positively pumped for this one, but I'm just gonna quit while I'm ahead. Bro, what the shit? The mom dog dies already? Well, it looks like, yeah, I'm
never playing that.
Yeah, I fucking love cats, especially felines with a predisposition of kleptomania. Man, I know fuck all about this one, but it's cute. You play a cat pirate, you get to steal shit. What's not to love? Also, how the fuck is any person on this earth supposed to read the words Pirates of the Caribbean and not grin from ear to ear? You're a maniac otherwise, I swear to God you are. Yeah, you know what Splatoon really lacked? 20-something Zoomers running around in techwear, sharing their NFTs and shooting bottles of Cristal at one another in a viciously violent attempt on each other's lives. So Square Enix decided to take up the mantle and give us exactly that. I think if I were to sum up Foam Stars in one fell swoop, it'd probably be this quote from Max during our stream. That is a Splatoon.
This is gonna be a really fun stream.
Lauren knows why anyone thought a cutesy games as service shooter title where you play stylized anime zoomers blowing bubbles at each other was the move, but Square Enix works in mysterious ways. From what I can tell, there's at least like 2 to 3 of these kinds of games coming out, with one title seeming to ape JRPG trends like Dragon Quest, while those seem to be embracing the more old school Zelda formula, which is pretty cool. So far, it seems like a pretty adorable game that might be fun for a weekend, but I'm not really being pulled in by much else. Still pretty charming though. Hey, so Teardown's on PS5 now. That's pretty cool. I mean, I've been meaning to give this game a shot, but I've never really gotten around to it, so I don't know. Some people in chat have been saying it gets old pretty fast, so I think I'll probably wait to see if this pops up on like Games Pass or something. No!
Fucking what?
Damn, I almost said it out loud earlier, too.
Look, there, in the air. Is it grounded? No. Could it be Jurassic Park? Absolutely not. But who? Who goes there in the mist? Alas, it is him! Yes, it is him! The man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Naked Snakey! What was potentially one of the most confusing trailers to date, the Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake was announced, now donning the name Metal Gear Solid Delta, as in the difference between two things or values, or more commonly known as Konami's rather piss-poor attempt at performing a Kojima-ism. The problem, of course, being that the term itself in consideration of this remake actually makes a lot of sense and requires an above-average reading level to appreciate, which is already batting leagues above Kojima's head. Look, I honestly don't know what to feel. I ping-pong between whether or not Kojima is a certified hack job or auteur pretty much every other day, but MGS was, regardless of whether or not he wanted it to be, his baby. MGS3 specifically was a game he originally intended to end the franchise as a whole, creating it from the ground up to be this kind of prequel that wraps things up in a nice bow. So while focusing on a remake of this title is absolutely the smartest move that one can make in consideration to a profit, it absolutely runs the risk of moving its soul as well. The dev team had been making some statements on Twitter, such as confirming the presence of the original voice cast within the remake and revealing more details on what they intended doing with the title, but a tiny CGI trailer with no release window leaves me with a relatively large lack of confidence in their overall ability. I'm of the mind that Konami should just start selling these IPs to the highest bidder, but Lord knows that's never happening. But hey, stranger things have happened. Oh, and the collection is coming to PS5 and PC is a pretty big fucking deal, and it's only volume 1? Huh? This is, look, I'm really sorry. I'll be honest. This game basically faded away into nothing during the showcase for me. I can barely remember the trailer offhand, but let's give it a shot. Okay, there was building, a building and or building mechanics, right? Okay. A unique, yet somehow familiar world, right? Sure. I think I remember a character jumping off a cliff and being whisked away by a paraglider a la Breath of the Wild. Tower of Agaspa, everybody! Seriously, it's not this game's fault, but who the fuck is supposed to follow up a fucking MGS3 remake announcement? Like, really? Alan Wake has been Alan shaking up the scene as the new gameplay trailer reveals the darkness attempting to grab you by the ghoulies. The reveal of Alex Casey just up and fucking walking around in the environment is insane enough, and I'm almost positive this game is going to be a fucking masterpiece. Hell, in a post-Resident Evil remake world, I think I'm going to say it. I think Alan Wake 2 might actually end up being better than Resi 4 Remake. That's right. I made an outrageous declaration. What are you gonna do about it? Bite me to death? You know, actually,
Something important. Something's not right!
man, Final Fantasy fans stay fucking eating this week, I tell ya. Not only did we receive an absolute onslaught of footage from previews earlier this week, but now we're getting a look at the latest launch trailer. I mean, sure, it isn't Final Fantasy VII Part 2, but Lord knows that Nomura was never going to have that ready in time for 2023. Come on, who are we kidding? Regardless, a lot of what I've seen from FF16 has me quite excited, as this might end up being the best in the franchise yet. It's just a shame that Square Enix had to engage in wholesale minority erasure to make that happen, but hey, historical accuracy, am I right, Jose?
Motherfucker! Them crackers!
Speaking of erasure, Ubisoft wants so desperately to get you to forget about the litany of sexual deviants they have in their employ by bringing Assassin's Creed back to its roots. I'll be honest, I'm actually pretty partial to the original Assassin's Creed formula. It wasn't perfect, but there was definitely fun to be had in titles like Brotherhood and Black Flag, so anything that kind of hits close to this after a series of poorly managed action RPGs is enough to get me to pay attention. I'm not entirely sure I'll pay full price for the experience, but I'll definitely give this and the thousands of other Assassin's Creed related pieces of media that they're apparently working on a fair shot. You know, it's funny because I was watching this trailer and I was like, I'm almost positive my friend Claire is losing her collective shit over this one. And lo and fucking behold, man, I'm like the white girl whisperer, bro. Anyways, there's another one for the So Indie It Hurts crowd. Is definitely pangs of a spiritual successor to A Night in the Woods, and I've heard nothing but good things about that title, so hey, more of that seems like a good thing, right?
Gambling game?
Give me a fucking release date! Do it! Please!
Man.
Please! Fuck you! No! It's never coming out! Okay, so it's technically a release window. We've definitely had one of those before, and it's a lot actually, but it's there. It's there. You know what? It kind of makes a lot of sense when you think about it. What with Final Fantasy 16 coming up this year, Grand Blue wanting to become a household name would need to claim the holiday slot to avoid any confrontation with the absolute GOAT, so fine, whatever. Blaze Vossarok is in now. Even so close to release, Street Fighter 6 can't help but try to steal the spotlight as a rather substantial launch trailer showcases its Warped Tour mode, which has possibly one of the most comprehensive takes on Street Fighter canon I have ever seen. I mean, sure, you are just some fucking guy in the great universe of things, but it's nice to see Capcom give this series a proper fucking single-player mode to incentivize newbies to hop aboard and throw fisticuffs with their neighbors. Easily one of the best moments of the demo was creating a hideous Eldritch abomination and setting about the world of Street Fighter 6 with the sole intention of beating up random passersby in a bid to gain any modicum of life experience from the encounter. Take that DP, you bitch-ass barista! I cannot believe that my collective internet brain rot has taken such a drastic hold of me that for some reason or another, my brain saw this game's visuals and my mind only went to one thing. That fucking alien from Rick and Morty who goes on the whole, here I go, kill it again, horse shit, but whatever, it's neither here nor there. Look, Homeboy's got the cool Alucard animations from Symphony of the Night, so I'm bound to give this a shot at the very least. It looks like a much more story-oriented Dead Cells with its emphasis on roguelike elements and Metroidvania structure, so hey, here's another one of these for the pile, right? Yeah, just don't bother with this one. Game barely has a working native controller support on PC, let alone the myriad amount of hackers that are out there physically capable of taking your hard-earned gacha coins, so this could fuck right off with the rest of them. The next of them, fuck it. Just keep this in. Keep this one in Wolfen. This game sucks. This game fucking sucks. Well, it looks like the wind is pushing me into a hysteria of hype because holy fucking dog shit, Dragon's Dogma 2 is here and it's looking relatively far along. To be entirely honest, I actually liked a lot of what the first one intended to do, but its more egregiously hardcore adventure elements did turn me off a tad bit. I'm also hoping that Itsuno-san and his team may have taken some lessons from the DDO team and apply some of the more dynamic moves found in the game towards vocations here. Upon further analysis, it seems like vocations such as the Mystic Knight may have already been confirmed, but until I see an alchemist type fashion a gun out of literally fucking nothing, I'm gonna say moderately excited at best. The absolute staying power that this series has is astounding to me. I swear to God. I could not tell you the first thing about what I'm seeing here yet, and without a doubt, I can tell you that it's going to make millions, and it's going to keep a certain echelon of YouTuber fed for the next few months, so at the very least, I have to be somewhat partial to that, right? No, I don't. Alright, so for the VR section, I'm going to do just a quick run through because Lord knows I'm never buying a fucking PSVR, so none of this is even remotely relevant to me. Getting to parry Ganados in real time is definitely a strong selling point, but you won't get me to spend an obnoxious amount of money on an even more obnoxious piece of hardware, Sony. Not again. We'll see about that, Phill. The fuck does that mean? Hey, it's The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Dead Island VR? No? Arizona Sunshine? Who the fuck actually played that? Yeah, because that worked out so well the first time, right, Smilegate? Jesus fucking Christ. And another thing, you know, this actually doesn't look half bad. As far as the VR titles go, this and Resi 4 might be enough for me to walk into an establishment and give these a shot, but nothing more than that. I ain't spending gacha money on this shit. I gotta roll for Kafka soon, dude. It's Beat Saber! Again! Because of course it is! It's the best VR game ever made! Why wouldn't you just fucking re-release it again and again on every singular fucking VR platform available? But hey, you can channel your inner Freddie Mercury and rail some White Lightning this time alongside Queen because the sound pack is here to DMC you all into fucking oblivion! Woo! What? Bungie? Is this a new Bungie shooter? Fuck is oh my god, is that Marathon? It's oh my god, it's fucking Marathon! Holy shit, what the and I'm out. Okay, so very least, we know it's a Bungie title, so no matter what happens, this will absolutely be one of the best feeling shooters in the market in a long time. I'm really hoping they release some more traditional game modes alongside the extraction shooter aspect, because I for one would love to see Bungie throw their hat back into the multiplayer arena, but well, you know how the monkey paw works. It beckons. Wait, fucking what? Why are you back? Didn't you die years ago, Robo-Phillian? What the fuck do you mean it's a triangle?
There he is! There's my favorite white boy!
Hey, when you saw this trailer, did you think it was a multiplayer shooter? Because it is. If you were confused, you'd of course be fine in assuming that wasn't the case, because there really wasn't a fucking trailer here in the first place! Oh my god. No, they're Jesus Christ, no. Why? Okay, so it's not a PS5 Pro. Sure, that's a step in the right direction. Fine. But really? Ladies and gentlemen, those that lieth betwixt, can we all just universally agree here to apologize to the Wii U? Yeah? Okay. I don't really know what Sony's strategy here is, but let's move on. Ah, yes, the piece de resistance, the huge glopping morsel of web fluid that is the Spider-Man 2 gameplay trailer. Ah, yes, it feels good, don't it? I feel like I was going with a French accent somewhere along the lines, and it kind of just became Puss in Boots. Whatever. Insomniac have seemed to pull off the impossible dream of giving players the ultimate power fantasy by allowing them to channel between the energies of a cork-duck white boy or the unadulterated swagger of a black teen. The first Spider-Man game was an absolute blast from start to finish, and if this gameplay is anything to go by, watching Peter Parker go full Angie Boy mode at the whim of the Venom suit is sure to be another banger for the books. The potential alone from the ability to switch between dual protagonists has my brain doing backflips in anticipation of all the set pieces that are sure to rock my socks off. All in all, if I were to give the showcase a final score, I'd probably be leaning more towards a light to heavy 2, to maybe even a lighter 3. Sure, there were plenty of amazing third-party titles on display, but I still know next to nothing about what actually PlayStation is working on internally. Where's the info on the Last of Us multiplayer game they're working on? What's next for the God of War team? Hell, Smash is gone. Why not just bring back PlayStation All-Stars? Can we just do something fucking interesting? Anything, please? Whatever. Xbox better have something to show if they want to keep talking all that shit. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thanks for sticking around and watching the video. This is another attempt at trying to do something relatively scripted, relatively off the cuff. If you like it, do what you got to do with the YouTube thing. If you don't like it, you can just go ahead and leave. You don't like to do anything mean, like pressing the dislike button. I would really appreciate it if you didn't do that. I'm a very small streamer with very, very big feelings, so please don't hurt them. I appreciate it. So shout outs to Wolfen for all of the support with the editing. You guys, you were always the best. Shout outs to Jose for being a good sport alongside Claire. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being you and my wonderful friends. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Yeah, do that YouTube thing. Press everything, like everything. I don't give a shit. Do what you want. Bye.